These are the top 8 questions I get as a real estate agent in San Diego. So if you're looking to buy or sell, this video is a must watch. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Greg Cummings with the Greg Cummings Real Estate Group.
What's the biggest misconception about the real estate market right now?
Great question. I'd say one of the biggest misconceptions about the real estate market right now is that we are in a bubble and we're about to crash. And the bottom line is, number one, nobody can predict this. So I just want to go on record by saying that. But the numbers don't lie, and we simply do not have enough supply of homes on the market to meet the demand. Therefore, the economics say that we can't crash at the current moment.
So what does the market compare to right now compared to, let's say, 2007, 2008?
Back in 2007, 2008, the inventory levels we're seeing, anywhere from 10 to 12 to 17,000 homes and condos on the market within San Diego County. Right now, as it stands, we're sitting at about 2,600 homes. So there's just simply not enough homes on the market to cause the prices to decline. There's still too much demand.
Is now even a good time to sell a home?
Basically, that's a very circumstantial question. So if you were in a position where you needed to cash out from your current home for whatever reason, maybe you want to relocate or you need that money to do something with, it is because, simply put, you don't have a lot of competition from other home sellers because there's a lot of people that are holding tight. Often people have refinanced and they're getting into interest rates in the last 2 years that are in the high 2s to low 3s. There's no reason why they need to sell that home. They can just sit on it, rent it out, and let it appreciate.
So why is San Diego one of the best places to live?
I've lived all over the U.S. I've lived in New York, Florida, North Carolina, Colorado, and San Diego. I can speak from experience that when all things considered, you've got this fantastic weather, you've got this beautiful ocean, but furthermore, there's so much at our fingertips in San Diego. I can be in Mexico within 45 minutes. I can be out in the desert within an hour and a half. I could be in the mountains within 2 hours. So all things considered, it's hands down one of my favorite places I've ever lived. I can go on vacation in some of the most amazing destinations, Fiji, Australia, wherever, and I'm always excited to come home to San Diego.
So if I wanted to get into real estate, what advice would you give me?
The best advice I could give somebody wanting to get into real estate would be that you just better be ready to work your butt off. I think a lot of people have this misconception because they watch these TV shows that, make the real estate industry seem so glamorized. And the reality is that first 3 to 5 years of your business, if you're not willing to put in and dedicate almost all of your time, you're not going to make it. In fact, the statistic is that only around 20% of people make it in this industry. And I would say it might be even less than that. So you've got to save up some money. You've got to be prepared for tough times. Most importantly, you've got to be ready to work and talk to a lot of people about buying and selling.
What can someone expect to make in their first 1 or 2 months of being in real estate?
Nothing. Zero. But I'm being serious because you think about it, having been coached throughout my career, I've always been taught that real estate is really a 90-day cycle. So what I mean by that is from the moment that you're doing an activity that's going to generate some sort of business, it's now going to be about 90 days until you see a result from that. There's going to take time to cultivate those leads into clients, and there's going to take time to either get that property on the market or find that buyer a home, and there's going to be time to close the transaction. And all in all, on average, that's about a 90-day cycle. So first couple months, you're going to make nothing unless you happen to get lucky.
How much of my monthly income should I spend on a mortgage?
This is a question that so many people, I feel like they overlook. Really, it should be about 1/3 of your income. And the problem that I've seen, especially in the downturn, in 07 and 08, previous to that, when the market was just so frenzied, people were going way above that. And they were just becoming, as we call it, house poor. I talk clients down on a regular basis off that cliff of like, our lender says that we can actually, go this high. Yeah, but now if you go that high, you're not going on vacations, you're not going out for dinner, you are becoming house poor. And I promise you, you don't want to get in that situation. So keep it at 30%, maybe pop it up just a hair more if it really is the home of your dreams and you really want that.
Everybody wants to know, how much do real estate agents actually make when they sell a home?
Very popular question, especially like looking back as we were talking about those fancy real estate shows that always flash the commissions.
Yeah.
Well, let me just tell you right now, it ain't that what you think. And it's more or less because of all the expenses involved in running a real estate business. You know, it's often the public's perception is they just see the gross amount of what you might make, but they don't take in consideration brokerage fees. I've got overhead between marketing a client's property, all the expenses involved in helping a buyer find a home. So when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, after taxes and everything else, you know, you might be getting like 30 to 40% of that amount in your actual pocket.